Hey man, say man, it's your boy Big Dreams. Welcome back to the channel. Before we carry on any further with this video, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment. Most importantly, make sure y'all subscribe and hit that post notification bell. Set it to all. We is back with another banger video, back with another reaction video, man. And today, y'all see the screen. We are gonna be reacting to Adam Speaks on the 4 Extra blowing his hand off on July 4th. No jumper clips. We finna dig in here and see what's going on. I'm not gonna make the opening of this video too long. All I ask is that y'all smash that like button so this video can rank higher in the algorithm. Go crazy in the comments. Let me know what you want me to react to. And if you're watching me and you're not subscribed, man, subscribe. That's all I ask. We finna go ahead and dig in, man.
I've joined the news because, let's be real, something happened over the weekend that was worse than 10 9/11s.
Damn.
It was worse than 100 bombings of the Israeli nuclear sites. No, sorry, Iranian. Okay. 4 Extra blew his hand off. And obviously, this was an extremely viral thing to have taken place. In particular, I think because of the fact that he has essentially built his entire name off of, threatening violence, saying that he wanted to pack people out, claiming that he won 10 fights in a row in jail. He never claimed that he put a carrot in his butt, but we all kind of, or in someone else's butt. We all kind of know that he probably did. And it took the internet by storm. And it was even crazier that it was 4th of July weekend. Everybody had plenty of time on the internet. Everybody's looking at their phones, hanging out with their families. And all of a sudden we find out that someone who, in many people's minds, was the most viral No Jumper host of all time, many would say, was now a man without a hand. And there were a lot of insensitive reactions to it that I'm sure we all saw. It was hard not to acknowledge the hypocrisy of the fact that many of us in this room, particularly this couch, have spent a lot of oxygen making fun of other people who are missing limbs.
It happens.
It's a hip-hop thing. I'm just going to blame it on that. That being said, 4 Extra, missing a hand, apparently still does not have his vision completely back. I do believe a large percentage of it is back, and that he's not going to be living his life as a blind man, which is, to be honest with you, we find out that he blew his hand off. 40 minutes later, they're telling me he's blind. I spent many hours thinking that he was blind and missing a hand before I was finally assured that, to some extent, his vision is coming back.
Well, is the blindness caused by the explosion, or was it like, or is that more like a trauma reaction that the body just...
No, it was the explosion. From what I heard, he was actually in the car, and he was lighting the firework, about to throw it out the window, and his homie was driving, and that's why his homie, I think, may have lost an ear, this part of his face, and an eye. Now, I'm not even 100% sure who the friend is. I don't know if it's somebody that he's ever, brought to the office or somebody that I've ever spent time around. But, and then in addition, 4 Extra, I think it being, contained was probably worse for whatever happened to his vision, because of the fact that they were in a car, and I guess the window was probably down, but the roof and everything is going to kind of contain the blow. I don't know. I mean, I'm taken aback. Like last night, because I was in Palm Springs for 4 days away on a little vacation with the family, right? And so I didn't have any weed. I just had a little tiny weed pen. I forgot my spliffs. When I get home last night at 10, I smoke a spliff. I get really, really, really high. Then I go and I lay in bed, and my high brain was just so overwhelmed by the fact that this is our reality. Already being such a famous gang member, a famous icon in this space, somebody that the people are so intrigued by, they'll just click on hearing him talk about so many different things. And now to know that a large part of his claim to fame is gone, I mean, I honestly kind of feel like I just lack the words to even describe how crazy and shitty and messed up the situation is, you know?
Have you spoke to him?
I have not. I sent him a voice note. I've been speaking to Lupe. It's like group chat with me, Lupe, and Whack and Remo that has been kind of our main way that we've been finding stuff out. I know Remo's hopped on the phone with Lupe a couple times, but I have not actually spoken to him. Although I offered to go to the hospital this morning and was told that he's not going to be having guests at this time. And then I did see Kevin Gates there, so that was that was
Shows you where you stand.
that was a little troubling. No, I
That was like a day ago.
that was like yesterday. The same.
Yeah.
I offered to come today, but anyway, like Whack was in the group chat, so Whack was tripping on Lupe, like, "How dare you let Kevin Gates go there and Adam can't go there?" I'm like, "Damn, I wouldn't have even thought to raise a stink about that." But I guess we might as well go around the room. What are your thoughts on 4Extra now being without a hand?
Well, obviously, there's like this, the elephant in the room is the whole poetic aspect about it. You know what I mean? Like, this is the guy that has been, what, from people's perspective, kind of bullying people with the threat of his hand. You know what I mean? He's never imposed that threat on me. He's always been super kind to me. You know what I mean? Nice guy.
I'm gonna just say this, bro. I hate that happened to 4Extra, but if you in a car, knowing how powerful a single firework is now, and you're trying to light it, and knowing that those fuses burn a whole lot quicker than what they used to, way more powerful than what they're used to, and you try to throw it out the window, and you either throw it and it catch the frame of the window and it fall back in the car, or you don't get it out the window in time. You know, I hate that happened to the brother, but at the same time, man, you are a product of your choices. And I know that might sound harsh to say, and I'm totally sorry if you know that's how it come off, but I'm not trying to make that sound harsh, man. I really do hope the brother recovers and that he's able to come back and keep being that exact same 4Extra. I know it might be hard to adjust to physically and mentally, knowing that you ain't gonna have both of your hands. But listen, bro, I pray that God bless that brother, that he give him peace and happiness, and that he heal him for real. But this is one of them situations where I would say, man, you a product of your own choices. You know, fireworks are literally no joke, bro. Fireworks are worse than grenades nowadays. They pack more power, in my opinion, than a single grenade nowadays. You can't light those big, powerful fireworks in your hand and throw them, because those fuses burn a lot quicker depending on what you're lighting. And once they explode, the explosion is so powerful, bro. So, like I said, my apologies if that sounds harsh, because I did not intend to make that sound harsh. And I hope that God covers that brother and that he blesses that brother and that he heals that brother, because I would love to see 4Extra make a full recovery and come back and be that same over energetic guy that you always are, even with the circumstances that you're gonna have to live with moving forward. I would love to see that out of 4Extra.
Person, you know, horrible thing to happen, but just the fact that this is a guy known for his hands, instilling fear. Had the whole incident with Unc, you know what I mean?
And when there was a thumbnail that had him standing up next to Unc with a red circle around his hand. Never have I ever felt more like I'm living in a simulation.
Yeah, no, it's like, that was my first takeaway beyond anything else, is like, No Jumper is not real. There's no possible way that 4Extra lost his hand. There's no way that I do a podcast with Munchie every Tuesday and Ralphie the Plug every Friday. There's no way that's actually a thing, you know what I mean? There's no way any of this is real. It's not real, I don't believe it.
I mean, so Did it really burn fast, or was he holding in the car trying to throw it at the right spot and just held it too long?
They're saying that
throw it and it bounced back, or
they're saying it was a dirty batch and they were going a lot quicker than expected.
We have any other situations with dirty batches this week in LA?
So per my understanding, in that like group of friends, there was 3 different incidents where
it went off too quickly.
Wow.
Where it went off too quickly.
Really?
Yeah. So that wasn't the even within those guys hanging out.
I am
Holly's
hesitant.
cousin was with them all day.
I've seen a lot of people pushing the conspiracy theory that like the Mexicans are trying to take the blacks out by selling them faulty fireworks. I feel like that's far too much of a leap to a conclusion that without evidence, it just seems like kind of an absurd claim to make.
But to the masses, it's crazy. Now, like, oh, I don't like this guy, sell him this box. Maybe, but we're gonna sell all these, and we're only gonna hit a couple incidences.
Yeah, and we're gonna take out our rival race by blowing off their appendages.
I've seen a lot of
Seems unlikely.
I've seen a lot of pictures similar to the Faux Extras one, and it's normally a Mexican in the picture. You feel me? Like they get in the most like because they're the fireworks plug. You feel
Or a
me?
trailer park white guy.
Or a trailer park white guy, 1,000%.
One of the two.
Yeah. It's not normally like a South Central gang member, but like. At the end of the day, I feel like people are just being super insensitive about it, and I get it. And I feel like the groups of people that people are going to be the most insensitive towards in situations like this are gang members, rappers, and podcasters. And he happens to check all 3 boxes.
But for the most part, the ones that he really had beef with, like, didn't really say anything crazy, right? Like Jap 5 and
Jap 5 was respectful about it.
I know Aaron the
But then
Plumber was
somebody like
crazy.
X4 couldn't bring himself to.
Aaron the Plumber
chill
went
about
crazy.
it. But then, like, Munchie B in our group chat kind of made it clear that he wasn't really planning on joking about it or anything like that. But then, meanwhile, somebody like T-Rel, who again is missing an appendage of his own, he had a bunch of jokes that he made about it and everything. I mean, and that was part of it too. Is like, there's a lot of people who seem like they probably would not have dissed him in a world in which he had his right arm, but now that his fist is gone, people are, seemingly much more open to making jokes about it, which I've seen a lot of people saying is very, very.
The only one I seen so far was Aaron the Plumber, and it seemed like he was making a joke about the whole Faux Extra situation. That was pretty much the only one that I've seen. I've seen other snippets. Or not snippets, but I've seen other thumbnails of people speaking on it. I haven't really watched it. And the only reason why I seen the Aaron the Plumber one was because he was on Instagram talking about Brodusky. Hey, Brodusky. Like, y'all know how Aaron the Plumber is, bro. But that's the only reason why I seen Aaron the Plumber's response to the situation, because it was on Instagram. And y'all know, well, y'all might not know, but now you know, I get a lot of information on things that I react to on here from Instagram. So I was scrolling through there, and then I seen the Aaron the Plumber thing, and I can't remember word from word what he said, but seems like he was joking on it, bro, when I was watching, and I was just like, dang. But then again, too, something to take into consideration, bro. Faux Extra done been going back and forth with a whole lot of people, saying he was going to sock a whole lot of people up and all that stuff there. But even still, bro, that ain't no reason to joke about that in that manner, because that's something serious, and words are powerful, and you don't want to deliver a certain type of energy through the words that you speak out into the universe, because I feel like what you put out comes right back to you. So that's why I said earlier, with what I said, I apologize if that sounds harsh. I'm not trying to make that sound harsh, because I really do hate that happened to that brother, for real. And I really do hope that he makes a full recovery, and I hope that he's able to come out, be happy, and still live his life moving forward, bro. The only thing you can do at this point, recover, gain your mental back, get it to 100%, and keep on being the person that you were before. That's all you can do. You just got to work with what you got to work with now. And I pray and I hope that God help that brother with that, because that's the only one that's going to be able to really help him for real, besides the people that's around him that genuinely care about him.
No, if you wanted to find him, burning to Western to Fig, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you wanted to find him.
30s to the hundreds.
Right?
You know where he at.
I feel like Brandon's gonna have like a.
Break it down, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon's gonna tell us why.
What's the nuanced take?
There's no nuanced take. Just basically, like between 9 and 12,000 incidents happen with fireworks or munitions, is what he had, like explosive, going off prematurely on the 4th of July nationally. What's going on there, to just like really shed some light on it? Basically, it's the way they're storing it. There are M1000s. They're stored in like cases. Some may have gunpowder actually leaking out of them, and if that gets on like the wick that you light, it causes it to disintegrate instantly versus a slow burn like it's supposed to. You're supposed to light the end, it slowly burns down, and you get about 30 seconds before it goes off.
Yeah, all the videos I watched, it took a while for them to go off.
I went and watched a bunch of videos too. And so, and the way you're supposed to do that is you're supposed to put it on the ground, then light it, then move out of the way. Even the way 4Extras was handling the explosive, keeping them in his hands, they probably were falling on the ground, picking them back up, all this stuff. It just was a recipe for disaster. Anytime you're trying to throw that stuff, you're not supposed to throw it. Even when you watch them blow up mines and stuff, they are far away already, and then it blows up. So it's just ignorance, you know what I'm saying? Like, not really understanding what he was dealing with.
But it may have been faulty as well.
No, I'm saying,
Yeah, that's why it was faulty, essentially, right?
I don't think the M1000 was faulty in itself. I believe that these things are not being stored properly. The people who are selling these things, they're getting them, they're throwing them in their trunk, and then they're just selling them to the community with no safety. But
you gotta respect that too. It's like a gun, bro. Like, you can't just think it's a toy and I'm gonna go have fun. Like, you gotta have a level of respect for those too.
Right.
No, straight. What about right beforehand? Like,
That's the craziest
literally
part,
the
bro.
first. It's like a few moments later. The first clip was
No, I kid y'all not. When I was younger, bro, I've had fireworks like I would never freaking forget. Because this particular year, I got burnt in the chest with a firework, bro. I'm gonna make this story quick. I had a freaking firework that was maybe that big around, and it was probably about that long. And it had a very thick stem about that long, bro. And I lighted instantly. Lighted instantly, and the whole pack, by what? 5 of those came in a pack, bro, instantly. And the first time I lit the first one, I lit it in my hand and immediately threw it. And like, by the time I literally released it, it popped before it even touched the ground, bro. So not all of those fireworks burn like that, but it's becoming to a point where the vast majority of them are like that. And the ones that's like that are the most powerful ones that you're not supposed to have in your hand at all. You gotta respect them fireworks, bro. They literally are packing more power than actual grenades now. And you can't play around with that. Even if it's a slow burn, an instant burn, whatever the case may be, you gotta show respect when you're dealing with these fireworks now, bro, for real.
Up with
It's
this,
not,
like,
bro, that's not nothing to play with.
Like,
But what?
That's crazy.
and in reality, like, we know 4Extras about that life. I'm not saying he's.
But he's f***ing around when he says,
100%.
I'm gonna go blow somebody's head off with this or whatever.
Yes.
It's like,
About what life?
Well, like,
He's
as
a
far-
fader, not a shooter. In gangs, there's
he
different.
did 10 years in prison for shooting up somebody.
Yeah, but he's still a fader, not a shooter. A shooter is not talking about I'm fighting and doing none of that. Most shooters don't even want to catch fades inside jail. What I was going to say was the most ignorant part is, why are you lighting M1000s in a car? Of every video that I watched, which is over 100 videos,
Hold
just
on, what
for
is that?
research purposes,
Let's see what the M1000s look
nobody
like.
was attempting to light this in a car.
Because I feel like, hold on. I feel like that might have been the same one I had or something similar. M1000 firecrackers. Oh, shoot. These ain't the ones I had, bro, but these mugs right here, they ain't that big. Hold on, let me see if I can find M1000. Y'all, I kid y'all not. These right here, those are no joke. They probably, in person, they gotta be about that big. But when I tell you those particular things pack power, they pack power, bro. I kid y'all not. M1000s, bro, they pack power, bro. Nah, I hate 4Extra even thought to have that in the car, light it and try to get it out in time if it's a faulty firework. I hate that he even thought of that, bro. Oh my goodness. I hate that he even thought of that, bro. For real, man. Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
There were even people getting their hands blown off, and at least they were outside. People blowing things. People use these things to blow stuff up, like cabinets. And
well, it's like, you know, like it's pretty normal when it's kids.
When have you ever seen someone like? I'm asking you this question.
No.
When have you ever seen someone light a firework in a car?
Never. Like to be honest with you, an M1000. I don't even really think
Just
I've seen
anything,
too many
even
of
the
those.
little safe little ones. You've never think about in your life. You've never seen someone attempt to light any type of firework inside a vehicle. This is a new level of ignorance that we've achieved.
Well, I will say that, like, I'm a person, and as far as this just seeming like weirdly, I don't know if poetic is the word, but just weirdly like cryptic how this all went down. Right before I found out, I had been having a conversation with my mom on vacation, and my mom said, "Oh, I knew that you were my son when you were, 7 years old, and we were going to go to the fireworks, and you said that you thought fireworks were stupid and you didn't like fireworks." And then, like, 20 minutes later, I found out that my friend blew his hand off of fireworks. I'm personally someone who's never really been that fascinated by them, in the sense that, okay, you spend a bunch of money on them. I've known people throughout the years who are going and spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on fireworks, and then it makes a loud noise, there's some bright colors or whatever, and then that's kind of it. To me, this is just not something that I ever really saw as, like, all that fascinating. But if you know 4Extra, I mean, his attitude towards the fireworks, and we didn't really know this about him since we never seen him on the streets for a 4th of July, but, he's like a kid in the candy shop. Like, when it comes to the fireworks, this to him is sensory overload. He loves it. He thinks it's the funniest, coolest, best thing ever. And now he's going to spend the rest of his life as a man with just one hand.
Well, because also, like, this is a guy that doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke. I feel like he's somewhat of an adrenaline junkie, and I kind of got that vibe when we were doing the go-karts a few days ago. Josh can attest, like, 4Extra was definitely, obviously, as usual, the life of the party, and was very, like, he was really into the whole go-kart thing and trying to, smack into people. And
so we still have that vlog ready to release. So when that comes out, don't expect him to be an amputee. He's already.
What if he
had pre-incident?
What if he just like never had a childhood like that, and like so when he does, he gets to kind of do childish things. Like he has like now an abundance of resources, I guess, because of how handsomely Adam pays him. Maybe he's just like living out all his like childhood fantasies, going go-kart racing and.
I don't know exactly what his childhood was like. Like, I don't know how rough it was, or if that kind of began later.
So what if? But the biggest thing that shocked me was that GoFundMe. Like, bro, actually got money. I didn't expect that.
I think he's at $8K right now.
I didn't expect him to get $200. Right. Literally.
Well, I guess it's like, I mean, like how fancy is he going with this limb replacement? Is he going full cyborg hand? Is he finna have a Metroid blaster like Samus Aran? Like what are we doing here? Because potentially, even if he has just metal fingers that are, and there's some way
he's not gonna get metal fingers.
But
he's just gonna have a stump.
Fingers?
Who do we even know with metal fingers?
It's
the wrist, or he still has a couple fingers in like the hand, kind of.
Well, look, it's 2025.
Allegedly, it's this.
Yeah, that right.
Like
hang loose.
Yeah, it's a Hawaii thing or something, right? That's what they say.
Hawaii,
yeah, they'll make him like a rubber sleeve that slides on his hand, so it looks like it just blends in. And if he has any hand tattoos, they'll put them on that thing.
Or I feel like he's going to be one of these guys. I was assuming like he'll just kind of keep once the bandages come off or whatever. I feel like he'll keep it tucked up in there. Like I don't know, because obviously the idea of him just like flaunting his nub is like crazy to imagine. I don't think he's gonna be showing whatever he's got left off.
Doing erotic scenes with Kazumi with the nub.
Well, a lot of people, the Swamp Stories posted that on Instagram, like Will Adam 22 allow for extra to fuck his wife with his new nub, and some people are just sick. Like Swamp Stories, come on.
You ever heard that joke?
This guy just had a song where he said he jerks off to his best friend's wife.
I mean,
that's worse.
I masturbate to my friends. That's the sexiest. So that just could.
About me?
It could be about
No, it's about you. Stop.
the sexiest.
Now you gotta make it.
I just thought it was.
I've been researching
on your podcast.
I mean, if you wanted to jerk off to like most people's wives, you would be short of material by which to do so. If you wanted to jerk off to my wife, there's plenty of stuff out there.
But that's the thing that like it kind of wasn't about Adam. It was more like about like the home.
Yo. What? Where did this conversation drift off to, bro? Like, we were just talking about 4 Extra. How we make it here? How do we make it here?
Wives that are more.
Can you stop lying?
Square. No, like.
Can you stop?
Like the homies' wives that have no. Why would I not say I?
If you say you jerk off to my homie's wife,
You think I'd be embarrassed if I?
There's only one person that you know whose wife you could see in a vulnerable way to an appealing way where you could even jerk off. Like
I got a twist.
This is clearly aligned to this guy.
You can,
he doesn't care, but
all day.
Yeah,
but he's trying to like walk it.
No,
back.
it wasn't about him.
He was definitely inebriated when you rap that shit.
My girl did think it was about Adam.
Everyone knows it.
But it was like low key more about people like you, like my regular friends that have.
My wife is hot though.
That's what I'm saying. That's who it was more about.
R&B
Type.
Hold on,
I
bro.
would produce Rope to R&B if she had only.
Hold on,
That's
cuz.
what I'm saying. Like
Everybody here pretty much
Yeah,
has a
homies.
hot wife.
Oh, you probably beat off to Negra.
whoa,
Who's Negra?
whoa! I feel
I
attacked right now.
Know what? I ain't even got no comments on that portion of the conversation. Y'all let me know what y'all think. This is the end of the video. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment. Most importantly, make sure y'all subscribe and hit that post notification bell. Send it to all. All social media links will be in the description. The link to the previous reaction video will be there as well. Follow me on all my social medias. Click the link to the previous reaction video and watch that whole video after you watch this whole video. Don't forget the link to the second channel will be in the description as well. Make sure y'all click that link, go over there, subscribe, and show love because y'all will be seeing my face over there from time to time. But listen, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all for showing me love back. And we out this thing, man, for real.